Reddit Ask Me Anything. I am a 45-year-old man who hasn't ever done anything sexual with anyone and always had terrible luck with women. Ask me anything. Not sure why you're getting downvoted for answering. Lol. Anyway, what is the furthest you've ever gotten with someone? Dating a girl in high school for a few weeks. School trip at some dance. I met this cute girl and I danced with her and we exchanged numbers and we would call daily for 3 weeks. Days before I wanted to visit her, she got asked out her best friend again and she ended things with me. Brought many girls home from clubs and bars but none wanted to duck. Just to clarify, since you've brought girls home from clubs, what do you say to get them to go home with you? I'm trying to figure this part out since they go home with you but it doesn't result in anything. IDK usually just say like want to see my guinea pigs or something. Sounds cheesy but it works somewhat. So how many guinea pigs are we talking here? Are they well kept and the cages clean? Or is there an overpowering smell of 100 plus guinea pigs when this woman walks on the door? I ask because this could totally be the turn off point. Maybe stop going to clubs and bars to meet women. If I was you, I would be going to pet stores instead. I'm just saying, know your demographic. 2 guinea pigs no smell I am aware of. I'll try a pet store, haha. Dog, if you're getting to the bringing people home step and they don't want to have sex, you might want to re-examine your living environment. A decent living environment that's mostly clean with some animals. I gotta agree with the other people here. If girls are coming home with you from the club, there were probably at least a few that were ready to do the deed. Can you tell us what a typical evening was like once they got to your place? Maybe we can help you spot something in your approach. IDK, I would say a mostly clean apartment with one other roommate that isn't usually there. When I brought some with me, I would bring them through the door and ask if they wanted a drink of water or juice. I don't drink really. They usually say yeah and I guide them throughout my entire apartment. Show them my guinea pigs and dogs and sit on the couch watching something together. After 10 minutes I try to escalate but they decline. What do you mean by this specifically? Like, you show them your guinea pigs and then hold her hand. Copperfield. What? Trying to figure out where the sticking point is for a woman. Here. I guess I try to slowly make out or cuddle or even sometimes feel them up. But that's when we are on the couch together. What do you think the sticking point is? There has to be one. If you are bringing women home and then they nope out very quickly. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just really curious. Usually once they've gone home with you, you've done a lot of the work already. Do you have a good female friend you can ask? That would be my biggest advice, honestly. Or if there's a woman you went on a date with that you're still in touch with. They usually just say they aren't interested in me. I've asked a GF of mine but she has no clue. What do you mean anything sexual? Do you mean you've never poached the egg, spanked the monkey, marched the penguin, pet the cat, polished the banister, shucked the corn, softened the peach? Haha, let's just say the most I've done is hugged. Have you ever been on a date before? Do you have friends? Do you go out and socialize? What do you do for a living? Yes, men and they go out well in my opinion. But the girl never wants to duck or get into a relationship. I have quite a good social life with my co-workers especially. I am a barber. I used to go out clubbing and to bars during my 20s and 30s but now sometimes I go out to the bar. I also have been lifting for most of my life so I go out and do that. But yeah, 12-7 I work and I work out before and then just chill at my apartment saving more and more money because I don't need to spend it on a GF lol. Why do you say you have terrible luck with women then if dates have gone well? How do you know they aren't trying to duck? Ever made the first move? Get rejected? Seems like you have a somewhat normal life. Hard to believe you've never gotten any action. IDK, they usually just decline a second date. I've asked friends if I did anything wrong but they say not really lol. Your friends only have your perspective to look for what might have gone wrong. Seems like a probable blind spot. I guess. But hey, I am sure I am doing most things right. This will probably be weird, but maybe you should ask the girl if you did anything wrong. They will give you the most honest and accurate answer. I am just not interested in you/a relationship right now. Do you mean bad luck or do you mean you have fundamental personality flaws you're unwilling to fix? It'd say bad luck and maybe some more minor personality flaws. It's not like I'm obnoxious, but I am just not smooth with women. What do the women you bring home look like? What do you look like? What does your place look like? What does happen when you bring them home? Women tend to be white and sometimes really attractive, but it's say a 7 usually. I am 5'10" with, now light brown, but used to be like dirty blonde most of my life, and straight hair. Hair is slightly receded but I still got a full head of hair. I have green eyes and I have some acne scarring from my teen years I never fixed. Place is just a mostly clean apartment with a roommate. I usually show them around, offer a drink of water or juice since I don't drink, sit on the couch with them and watch TV and try to escalate later. They move away and say no. You're bringing these girls home from a bar or club? From my perspective, 27F. If I'm going to a club it's to get absolutely trashed and have a good time with my friends. If I went home with a guy and realized he doesn't drink I wouldn't stay for sex. I'm absolutely not having drunk sex with a sober guy unless we are already in a committed relationship. It's awkward and uncomfortable. We either both need to be sober or both drunk. Especially since I don't know you. A guy being sober while I'm not is a red flag. And if I'm going home with a guy from a club, I am guaranteed drunk. This is just my experience. And I am just one person. I don't know what other girls would do. Okay, it's just I am not really that much of a drinker. I am sorry. I'll start stocking up on some beverages. Some good advice up there, though. Sick up with some vodka or rum or even beer for the ladies. You can always just pop open a beer for yourself and drink it slowly. Yep, I am usually that guy who drinks a mix of juice and Shirley Temples and some fruity flavored beer like that beer lemonade. But yeah, not a fan of alcohol lol. If these girls are a 7, what are you on 1-10 scale? This is very important. Maybe you are just shooting too high. Maybe about a 7. IDK. If you are a solid 7 then something isn't adding up. I feel like it has to be your personality or making them feel awkward or something IDK. Probably this vibe I give off. Or that for some reason women just don't find me decent looking. Where do you live and who do you live with? Do you have regular social interactions with friends and or family? Why haven't you been able to approach any woman? Are you extremely shy or have social anxiety? Have you tried to get any therapy for this? Have you considered hiring a sex worker to jumpstart you getting intimate with someone? I live in Long Island, New York, born and raised. Yes, I do. As a barber I talk with lots of people. Family I am not too close with besides my mom and brother, and some family gatherings. I have approached hundreds of women in my life with zero luck. I would say I am very confident with women but not the smoothest guy. But I am also not rude or obnoxious. I guess I am unlucky lol. Not really into hiring a escort because of morals. But maybe in the next few years. If I do it will probably be with the same women 3 times or so, and the first one is learning how to please women and other 2 times just to get the feel of what it's like. But it's not on my MJNDATM. How do you feel about it? I hate it and still desperately looking. As a in-year and a barber I'm sure you have to have friends. Can anyone wingman for you? Or do your friends know, can they set you up on a blind date? I'm from NY and I know sometimes women come off as uninterested or play hard to get here. Is it possible that the social cues got read wrong? Friends have set me on a few but not many. Didn't really work out. Download a Cupid and make a detailed profile that's honest, then lower your standards and try your luck on there. Not a fan but I'll try. Do you have any female friends or family members you are close with? Do you feel like women are overly complicated and a mystery to you? What are your thoughts on feminism and the big focus on gender in media? Yes, I do. I guess sexually yes, but they are just normal people. I think women are too overly praised on the media, with guys praising the duck out of them on sites like Instagram. Not really sure what feminism is or the big deal about it. This is the only red flag I've seen here. No one should date women if they don't know what feminism is or the big deal. Everything else seems normal. OP, you mentioned that all you've done was hugged. Do you not just lean in and go for a kiss? Worst case, you wait for the awkward pause like Seinfeld? Have many times. The head moves back. Okay, we're building up the details here. Do you move in for a kiss straight up while you're both sitting on the couch? Read your other responses on your home setup. Or is there any other build up? Like your arm is already around her or similar. I have no clue why I think know this. But if 1, she's comfortable talking with you within feel your breath distant, and or 2, you're able to converse by whispering into each other's ears, usually at a club or noisy bar, for some time, and or 3, you're able to put your hand on her though just right above the knee. She won't move back when you try to kiss her. Rooting for you here, buddy. So the more details, the better. It'd say I sit close to them, but the second I try to escalate, like touch them or lean in, they reject my advances. Okay, I'm trying to get a better understanding of what they're seeing. These are women you did not know until that night. You got their attention and they agreed to go home with you. Are you the kind of guy who connects by being funny? Or are you the artist type? You've mentioned your barber, so I imagine you're conversational. Yeah, just conversation. I am not really funny, but I do drop jokes when I can. Do these women compliment you? Like, what do they say? Cause asking them to your place. You must have gotten some form of verbal affirmation or confirmation. Do they drive? Have you ever gone to their place? I have gone to some people's places, but it's rare. They usually drive me to my place since I don't drive. Some do, but rarely. Oh wow, I'm stumped. Plenty of things to try out. Hope one of them works for you. Please get back to us with progress, or lack thereof. Did you ever consider prostitution? Not really. I want a girl who wants my dong, not my cash. I guess my idea of human nature is needing that human companionship. Is that something that doesn't interest you, or are you against online dating? Secondly, how were your parents growing up? Sorry if I'm digging deep here, but this is pretty interesting to me. I want human companionship. Parents were great, but they didn't really love each other. They just used each other for the K1 visa and business. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking mad lad. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content. It's free and that's a great price.